Welcome, welcome, sweet family. I have a very special recipe for us today. If you are new to this channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. And once again, I want to thank all of y'all that have stayed with me. And for those of you that will be coming in the future, I want to thank all of you, because we have made it to 1,000 subscribers. So that makes me happy, because that makes me know that I will be able to help a lot more people. So I am always here to teach you what I learned and what I know from my history, because that's what this channel was designed for. That was what this channel was started for. And that is to help, and to help improve our way of living. So today I wanted us to look at another herb, and I wanted us to look at this special herb, because if you are suffering with any one of these symptoms, this herb would surely help you with it. And I have been drinking the tea for a little bit, so I know. But today, the herb that we are going to discuss is going to be Passionflower. And this is my Passionflower. And the reason I wanted to discuss this herb is because it is great for anxiety. And I know a lot of us around this time now is suffering with a lot of anxiousness and a lot of anxiety with what is going on in the world, what we can see, not only from where we are located, but from all around the world. So it is great for depression. It helps to relax you. It helps you to sleep. And I know there are a lot of us like me that suffers with insomnia. And insomnia is not a good thing to suffer from, because a lot of times too, that is a menopausal symptom due to the hormones that is changing, and that, you know, our bodies are changing and all that. So for those of you too that is going through menopause right now, it would help with the hot flashes, it would help with the insomnia. And if you get depression during your menopausal symptoms, it would also help with the depression. It is good for ADHD. So if you suffer with that as well, it would help with that, because there's a lot of scientific evidence to take care of that. So I have some books in front of me, and the reason I have these books in front of me is because I wanted to go through certain things from the books. And then after that, this is what I showed you how to make this like so many times before. So we are also going to be making a tincture from our Passionflower, because it is good to take in tincture form or tea form. So if you don't feel like drinking tea, it's always good to take it in tincture form. So we are going to be making our tincture on that today as well. So the book that I would have showed y'all the book one to this, but this book that I have in front of me is the Lost Book of Herbal Remedies, and this is the second edition. I had the first edition since probably 2001 or something like that, and that has helped me a lot in my herbal journey. And this is the part 2 to that book, which is also really great. And this is our Passionflower. Right there, you see how beautiful that is. And I have another book in front of me because I do my research from the internet and also my books. So this book that I have in front of me is the Encyclopedia Herbal Medicine. So this is an encyclopedia that would have a whole host, and I like it because it's hardcover. It's really nice. A lot of times it doesn't have a lot to say about each herb, but I use all different kinds of areas to get my information. So I hope that y'all would try this herb. But one thing I want to say before you even try this herb is not for women that are pregnant. So if you are pregnant, the best thing for you to do is to stay away from this herb. And another thing I want to say is that this is strictly for informational purposes only, because I only do this to help y'all with information. And this is strictly for informational purposes only, and it is not to replace your doctor's advice, or, if you're taking any medication or anything like that, I would suggest that you do not come off of your medication to take this herb, because I am a person that used to suffer with a lot of anxiety, and I went through depression. It went as far as I had a nervous breakdown, and a lot of these things weren't available to me at the time, and I was on a lot of synthetic medication, and a lot of it, has a lot of adverse reactions sometimes. So the reason I do what I do now is because I've decided over 10 years now that is not my first route that I am going to go. I am going to go back to nature, because the Bible says that the Heavenly Father has given these things for food and medicine. So if He gives us these things for food and medicine, we need to use it for food and medicine. And not only that, but we need to make sure that we are getting them from a reliable source, and it is strictly organic and not anything else. So much better if you could grow your own stuff, then grow your own stuff. I can't grow my own stuff where I am here, so what I do is get it in a dried form, and I use it in a dried form to do what I have to do. So let's look at something from our encyclopedia first, because I thought this was really interesting. And it says here, Passionflower, which is Passiflora incarnata, nata. So what I am going to do, I'm going to put the scientific name right up here for you. So, but let's look at this. And it says, Passionflower name comes from its beautiful flowers. And this is the part that I love so much. It is thought to represent Christ's crucifixion. 5 stamens for 5 wounds, 3 styles for 3 nails, and a white and purple blue color for the purity and heaven. for purity and heaven. The herb has valuable sedative and tranquilizing properties and has a long use as a medicine in Central and North American herbal traditions, being taken in Mexico for insomnia, epilepsy, and hysteria. And another thing that I want to mention, this herb was originated and it was found in Peru. That was the first place that it was found, and now you can find it all over. Native to southern USA, Virginia, Texas, and Tennessee, and to the Central and South America. Passionflower is now extensively cultivated in Europe, notably in Italy, as well as North America. It is found to contain serotonin, one of the main chemical messengers within the brain. It is used as a tranquilizer. It is used, it says here, a 2001 clinical trial found that passionflower was as effective in relieving anxiety as, I'm going to put it up here for you. It said anoxapan, a conventional tranquilizer. But this clinical study was in 2011, found improvements in subjective sleep quality in those taking passionflower. Okay, and all right, I said already, it is good for insomnia, and it has valuable pain-killing properties, and it's given for toothache, period pain, and headaches. This is basically what our encyclopedia has. And then the encyclopedia just shows you the different parts over here. These are the leaves. Then this is it dried. And it says you can use it in a tincture or tea. So which is what I said, I use it normally in a tea. But let's look at our next book. Medicinal uses. Passionflower is excellent as a sedative and a nervine, and it works gently in the body to induce restful sleep, as well as eliminate anxiety and stress. It can also help with nerve-related pain conditions. So if you have a pain because of your nerves or whatever, it can help with that as well. And it is anti-spasmodic, so it calms down spasms. So like if you are somebody like me that suffers with a lot of cramps and a lot of cramping up, like if you go to the gym and or if you go swimming or something like that, and your muscles start cramping up, this passionflower tea is good to drink before you go and do these things. So I try to drink it before I go to bed because I suffer with cramps, and I know a lot of the time those cramps are caused because I'm on my feet a lot and I walk a lot, and when I get home then and I have to relax my muscles just cramp up and it really hurts. So it says here, if you have trouble falling asleep due to restless leg syndrome and twitching, this may be an effective way for you to find relief. Take 2 dropperfuls of the tincture remedy below 1 hour before bed to help with the twitching and the body spasms. And once again, this is just for informational purposes only. So I am not a medical doctor. I am just a person that has been involved and love herbs and have been involved for herbs for quite a number of years. And I'm still learning, and everything that I learn, I try to share with you. So don't take me for a medical professional. Consult your medical professional if you have an underlying issue with some of these things, because you don't know what might be causing these underlying issues. So you check with your medical professional. And then it says here is a sleep support, which we already said. And it helps with anxiety and stress and can quiet muscle spasms that keep some people awake, which is like me. And this is the part that I love, because this would affect me. It's good for menopause. Passionflower helps to reduce the effects of menopause, including depression and hot flashes. It is useful for calming nerve-related pain. Includes issues like fibromyalgia and sciatica. Okay, and do not take this if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. And another thing, if you're going to take it, do not take it constantly. Give your body a rest, which is what I do. Give your body a rest from things, and then you could go back to take it again another time. So you could take it, but don't take it for any longer than 2 or 2.5 months. All right. So that is what we have in our book, and it also prevents inflammation. So that is the information I have on Passionflower, and I hope that that information was helpful and that you would definitely look into, if you're not taking medication or anything, you would definitely look into using Passionflower. And today, I think I'll make a pint, because I have a daughter and she suffers with a lot of anxiety. So I think that I am going to be sharing this with her. I like to make my medicines all separate now. I don't really like to mix them that much anymore, because when you have them separate, and you could make any kind of variation with it. So when you're bottling it out, you could make any kind of variation. So as I have always told y'all, this is going to take 6 to 8 weeks before it is ready. And I am going to mix it to about halfway the bottle, that is halfway. And another thing I want to say to those of you that are not accustomed to herbs, because like a friend of mine, I gave him a herbal tea, and he says it tastes earthy, because he's not accustomed to herbs. I'm accustomed to herbs, so it doesn't bother me. But for those of you that are not accustomed to herbs, this herb is an acquired taste. It doesn't have a bad taste, neither does it have a great taste. if you see what I mean. So it's an acquired taste. So I hope that yeah, but it's easier to use it in a tincture, because when you use it in a tincture, you just need a little shot glass with a little bit of water, and you put 2 scoops in there, you drink it down, and you don't even taste it. And you don't always feel like using tea all the time. I don't even know why I always have these things in here. And just remember, when you are doing these things, your hands should be clean. Or if you want to wear gloves, you can as well. But yep, so this is gonna use all my, so I'm using 80 proof vodka, and the reason I'm using that is because this lasts up to 7 years. When you use the other things, they go off. Like you use the glycerine, it goes off faster, it doesn't last as long. But this lasts up to 7 years. So this family is going to be our Passionflower, and this is going to be our Passionflower. So we will label it, put today's dates, label it, and then in 6 weeks we will come back and strain it off and put it in an amber bottle, and we have our tincture to use. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, and if you learned something from it, what you could do is just consider giving me a like, a share, and a subscribe. So another thing I want to say, continue to spread the love and let your light shine. Thank you so much for watching, family. I hope that you'll be with me for another great video. I have so much in store for you.